are in
Chàng Chiang in Chàng Chiang 我是王家
Xiang. I don't know why you speak Chinese to me.
Rồi
Hai.
các bạn
Yeah.
thấy
Stream.
có khái niệm strong migration tí nữa chắc có nói đúng không? Em vừa nghe strong migration trong cái clip ở trên YouTube.
Where do you work?
No, I'm employment.
Oh, what happened?
Đúng rồi, cho apply anh phục vụ là từ trong cái công ty của sở
Cultural what?
uh,
Concert in projects?
actually the in my old company the technology is so old. If you rail from 4 volt to 5 volt. From that's unfun to have a new feature. That then the maintain only so a lot of tickets so I feel I can bring as anyone.
Do you have LinkedIn? You're not a Vietnamese, right?
I am Vietnamese.
You don't look like Vietnamese. You look like a guy from my country.
What is your country?
Kyrgyzstan.
Kazakhstan.
Kyrgyzstan. But it's almost same. You look like a person out there.
Ok. Tại vì bây giờ là đang bây giờ mọi người cũng
How do you say Xiang? I thought this was I thought it was Xiang.
Giang. Chiang. Giang. G. A. N. G. Giang.
And this is Boston?
Yeah. Actually, the Vietnamese name is different between all the countries. The first name, the last name, opposites.
Okay.
Actually, everybody knows Giang. One is the
7 years.
và các bạn còn nói nha,
7 years.
rồi cái này cái gì? Bạn nói đâu rồi?
This is one have a also companies of Japanese is named Neo Lao.
Mà tại vì nếu mình mấy anh lên được chắc cũng ổn nha.
Nói chung chỉ có slide chỉ bấm lên bấm xuống thôi đúng không?
Dạ.
Ok.
So this is something.
Then my current
Nước ngủ ngoài. Em cũng làm sinh ra
Dạ.
hay là
Sao cũng như hồi
This
xưa
word
rồi.
is funny. In Russian, this
sinh ra là có bạn Huy gì trước
it's name of the god in Egypt I don't remember. The name of god of the
name of God.
Labo.
Greek. That's the name of God.
Yes. Labo. Vua
em
Labo. Labo.
Labor. Like which country?
Egypt I don't really remember.
I mean, it might be some Greek god. Honestly.
anh thì cho nó biết là nó đi
Yes, actually, I currently is applying for training of the weapons course.
Front end course.
I used to get develop with React over 5 years ago.
But you know how to use React?
Yes. I work with Flora recently.
Flutter?
Flora, develop a mobile application with a backend development web. Because actually you and your must be different country, not origin from the Shanghai, but not only in China, but you make
No, in China there are people who were people, but really good person. Really look like if you go to that region, they would think that you're white guy. Right? It looks like you. Right? Especially this dude, right? Same nose. No, okay, but without the hat and face, looks exactly like could be your brother. This is, Xinjiang. Xinjiang is a part of China.
Oh,
So they live
Mongol.
it's kind of like west of Mongolia.
I'm just asking them. Yeah, I know. You're talking to people.
do?
It's a border. It's a big border difference. The Mexico Sea, but it's ship of yes, like training, they have a training corporation. They have one of them technical school for trade employees, part-time employee, full-time employee, and some overseas students for a job in store. And in the job law, they have to train the employee for a time. Not that the ship
So your product is like management.
It's over 14,000
Is it complicated?
It's quite complicated because first they our suit with the sun from there also you know Viblo Viblo block it is option sun instead of they and good design of the application so the features after I receive the application and after continuing to work in service. Right now we before I proceed from we decided to separate the application for Microsoft and with the career. We separate payment, shipping, ship management, training management to free, domain and admin the owner of the store and the user applying the long term user feature.
Were you already left? Or were you still working? Like you're led by yourself, right?
Because I have plan after true, I have a plan something on top. I have something CEO and talking
Why didn't you find a job first?
I already applied for a job. I passed it. Because my energy is not good at the moment, so I
Energy.
I feel bad because I don't know. In this time, my energy is low.
Pressure.
So I feel for the opportunity.
Should do some sports.
So I have to push myself, go to the basketball to grow my energy.
No,
Learning that
no, no.
music
This meetup will not go there.
like the network.
Running outside or
Last 3 months, I have a trip from Saigon to Hanoi, but actually in the middle, actually I visit to my friend at to my friend home. I lost all my paper because I did check it.
what paper?
Document, license drive, driver license, identity, certificate, everything. So I have the communication.
How did you lose it?
Actually, I have in this time I look my friend swim. He told me it's very safe. I never ever happened.
So somebody stole it.
So I believe him. I put everything in the bag. So 50 minutes later, everything go.
What did your friends say?
She also lose phone. But I lose everything.
Maybe he set you up.
Right now they have cake chip, but I think it's good.
Mark, how about your friend? Will he come?
Yeah. I mean, he said he would come, but it was raining. It was where to lose.
Yeah. Okay, so let's try to wait a little bit more. Until around 7 o'clock. Is it okay?
I thought there would be more registrations. A lot of people signed up.
Yeah, 27.
Yeah, where are they? I don't know.
27.
You got scared of the rain?
Yeah, that's very funny. But next time, I think I will schedule around 7 o'clock. This may be more realistic than 6:30.
Yeah, because everybody has a job.
Yeah,
Except for
exactly.
me. For this day.
JPM is to exam.
Yeah.
First, I used to use a Vivo. BlackBerry.
BlackBerry.
Yes. Maybe 10 years ago, I remember Chapstick is a very famous, very popular.
I never owned BlackBerry.
Nokia Chat. Only one Chapstick is chat with integrate a lot of chats like in one application. And they have a chat room as well. Chat room is very, very popular.
So you use it what?
Like
Need some rest?
so I have a plan right now. So still build my application myself.
You do what?
Game competition, like competition, giveaway competition. There's one other but like potential. You need to make it.
You're making it by yourself?
Yes, I'm making by myself. I research some like believe.io. Believe.io. You know.
I don't play games.
No. You play the
I mean, I bought it a few times.
so actually some coin public give away some resale sell some around some winner in the pool and the people pool so say application in the moment they draw the winner.
Okay.
You know,
Cái guess nó là the future of work. Nhưng mà mấy cái chữ T, mấy chữ đầu là biết ngoài
you want to grow your email subscribe for newsletter or something like that, you have an email set up to join the competition or to send a mission, you have to visit the website, so stay in the website for at least 10 seconds. You have a slot to
I mean, are you making a file or are you actually trying to watch it?
yes, I'm trying to launch it.
And then how are you going to review it and track the companies that use this platform?
So, I'm open for some community first. Like in the meetup. I have go to some meetups, something like that. And talking about my products and give away and make a giveaway contest like that. And try for everyone in the conference to join this competition.
That's, I think it's going to be very hard. To promote it this way is going to be very hard. Like, I'm not saying the idea is bad. I'm saying, like, if you just go from conference to conference, just try to promote there.
That is kind of world team. So after I have some loyalty person with the application designer, so I try to have another working it's just a working from actually side.
That's a lot.
I don't think so.
Okay.
5,000 is it's small. It's like a lottery. Like
I mean, have you ever done something like this? Where like, you have to market your product?
I used to work with the project manager in my old last old company. It's a start of matching. I have dating, like a dating application for business to business. We have like maybe working according to some companies and then to use
And it worked?
this work. Because the stakeholder, I don't know. It's very sometimes they don't have that needs. And then when you work, and then they what happened?
I mean, did it generate revenue?
Yeah. Actually, it's just a start and from the idea from the idea from stakeholder.
Yeah, but did it turn out to
No, no. It's like richer the stakeholders who want to do it. They have
Không phải cái đầu của ai đọc
Expired.
experiment? Experiment.
Okay, so everyone sit on the right. Okay. And okay. I'm not sure. Are you scared of the camera or no? So you can move up here so you can see the slide easier. I think. Is it okay? Okay. Now. Yeah. Is it heavy rain outside? Or what? Yeah, okay, so yeah, sorry for some newcomer. Wait for 30 minutes. Yeah. And now let's start the Ruby meetup number 10. It's a very nice number. We already try to sustain the meetup for until the number 10. And here is the Wi-Fi password. We try to connect it, and we can use for checking things. Or by the end of the presentation, we have one quiz game, and you can show the game. Yeah, the password is very easy to remember. The future of work. The Wi-Fi, the Sentry Wi-Fi guest. Yeah. And next. Here I have a short intro about our saigon-rb meetup. Here is the main Slack channel that you can join and discuss with us in case we are not in the meetup. And the next is about the meetup website. So monthly we will have create a new event here, and if you would like to join, please press attend. So our admin can organize stuff like booking room or food, something like this. And the next is the Facebook. It's for updating some news from the community, like the new presenter or the next meetup. Yeah, and today we have one more thing different than the previous one. Is we really appreciate your feedback. We would like to know what we could do better, or so feel free to feedback to us or give your idea, so we can together grow up our community. I will I will ask again by the end of this meetup. And agenda today first is about welcome address. I will share some news about the Ruby community as well. The next is one topic, one interesting topic from a friend from Ascenda Loyalty. This story about the migrating framework in Ruby, right? And after that, we have a lunch break. Pizza and green break over here. And then Ruby quiz for today. We only have one talk, and after that, if anyone would like to share something, feel free to share with us. And yeah. So I will quick update about the news for the community first. Let's warm up a bit. Yeah, for the Ruby we have the new Ruby version, the 3.3.0 and preview 2. This is the new version. And for the Rail we have 1.7 beta 1. And yeah, this one come with a lot of that. And the Boon already released the first major version. Anyone using this JavaScript?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of another JavaScript engine, and it's faster at the certain here. It's faster than Deno and Node.js. And why I mentioned about this here? Because in the Rail 7.1 they also support the it's good. And maybe in the future we can give it a try for sure. And the next is we have Rail Mark. So now this gem is not available anymore. If you know this kind of, I think just this kind of the same name with the shipping company. So they try to rename it to Camel this year. Maybe avoid some commercial stuff. And that's also a very hot topic. And 2 weeks ago, I think it's about DS decided to drop the TypeScript from the AAA. Yeah, and you see, they are from the. Here is a reaction from the community. Only 145 people kind of like it, and yeah, 80% don't like it. I think, but yeah, it's kind of, you know, if you read a post about this, you will understand about idea. Very different. Yeah. And from the one more news from the Rail Foundation, we have the Rail luminaries nomination form. Kind of, yeah, we can nominate someone who already contributed to the Rail community a lot. Have a huge impact on the community. And let's open this DSA. So it's hard on August Nice, right? And yeah, 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 just funny. It's about we talk about we also have a Ruby conference in Thailand in October. Yeah, Yuki Rome, Matsumoto also went there, as mentioned in previous meetup, and on the keynote speaker and topic already finalized, and maybe some agenda guy will notice. We also speak. Yes, and then 1 minute for advertise recruitment. We're from people we recruit. Uh, yeah, you can join us by this link. And another company also sponsor for the meetup is Russian. It's not far from here. They also e-commerce platform and use a lot of technology and also recruiting. Yes, then that's it for me. Just some highlights. Thank you. And next we will share topic from Khôi. Welcome.
Hello everyone. Nice to be here. We will talk about migrate framework in Ruby. So first of all, let me introduce a little bit about myself. My name is Cole. I'm currently a software engineer at Ascenda. So at the first time I joined Ascenda, I have my chance to learn about Ruby and Hanami. It's my very first language and framework I use in production. And I want to quick survey. Is there anyone know about Hanami framework? Oh, okay. So this is Hanami Invest. So I had a chance to interact with Hanami for 8 months, and this is very young and a Lightning framework, and ours is my team has chosen Hanami to start with, and for 8 months we have occurred some problem and issue, and we decide to migrate the whole system to Rails, and here's the system about here's about the story about it. And yeah, this is agenda just about introduction, why we choose migrate and why Rails and how do we do that. So yeah, Hanami is a very young framework. This introduce big lightweight framework because Rails is a full stack framework. It's introduced back end and both back end and front end, and they also force us to follow the standard of coding the whole system. But with Hanami, we can do it in our way, and it's more a feature over the MVC. So I mean feature over MVC is because with Rails they force us to organize the app as the way they want, but Rails has a really strong community until now from very first of 2002, and yeah, so this is about why do we want to migrate the framework. So the reason that we want to is enemies have really strong feature, but the community is not active. They are really small, and updating dependency is too slow and painful. So for example, in time Ruby have upgraded to Ruby 3 for years, but at the time we still use Hanami 1, and we stopped at Ruby 2 for a lot and for a really long time, and we wait for them to upgrade the framework. And not only about Rails, but other dependencies the Brine and Arsenal, all other stuff low, very low version, and we have like dependency to upgrade, and we have communicate with the rail team handling teams to ask them, hey, when do you guys have plan to update into Enemy 2, but kind of really slow, and like if we have research about the Enemy 2 and the upgrade 1 to 2 is like upgrade to another framework. The structure is like different, and the cost of migrating is like equal to migrate from Henry to Rails. So we have considered if we like stick to Henry, is it like what about Henry 3? Like do they want to keep up ways like that anymore? And like this time is 1 year, and like how about like another time, like how many years? So like because Rails is like proven by the time, and this also have strong support by Scan Shopify. So like we start to we decide to move. So like this is like the point of view of reason, like the pain point of that team. So let's take a look about the another point of view. So like about the catching up. So because I want to discuss that because in daily work, devs want to refactor migrate a lot. They see the old people code like not good, and they find why does not do this way, and they really want to like refactor the code in our way. But as a developer, we have to rethink like what is the trade-off of migrating. If we just want to migrate the feature or the code base just because we want, it's not the way to do, because we have like because dev and business have like in a whole system, so we can isolate. Do not. We have to think about the business, so we have to think about the trade-off. Is it like worth to really migrate? So we have think about the dev benefit. So obviously, when migrate to Rails, they very up to date dependency, strong community, so a lot of things to with it. So we have kind of whenever we get stuck, we can search on Stack Overflow, or like strong community can help you every time you need. And about the tech stack, so because luckily like with my context, when migrating from another framework to framework, we have to consider about the gem, the library. So like for example, there is some gem that only work with Rails, and only some gem that only work with Enemy. But like there's like only few of them. For example, if we have research about Enemy, they do not use the active record or active model. They use entity repository model. So we have to like just a few of the limited gem. So like the cost of migrating the tech stack is simple. But like for example, like Scikit or Signal or Datalog, the gem is like support for both Enemy and Rails, so really easy to migrate. And furthermore, about the team skill. So like luckily that our like the team at that time are like both familiar with Rails and Enemy, so there's no problem with the team to migrate to a new framework. Except me, that because I am a new guy and Enemy is like my first framework. So like, but I think learning about the new framework is like not a big deal in this case. And the fourth thing is about the hiring. So like if the tech stack of the company is about Ruby, so we want to hire Ruby guys, and like if income of one Ruby guys, like the majority of them are like know about the Rails, the signature, but like how many like only a few of them know what is Hanami is, and like when migrate from the small framework to this big framework, they like we also earn the benefit from this. And the last thing about the tech out is infra change. So again, lucky the like whenever like in CI/CD the stack start a server or deploy a data migration between enemy and Rails are like pretty the same. So like no risk and small effort to update the interchange. The next thing is like the business share. So I say that we cannot migrate or refactor whatever we want. We have to consider a lot of trade-off between me and like a lot of other team members. So one of the big trade-off about migrating a framework is about risk management. So like if the system is work, if we just touch it and we expect it to be better, but our this deploy to production and cause incident. So like we cannot put our ego into this, and we have to consider about the risk. And the team have proposed, I think it's very suitable and good solution that reduce the risk as much as we can. Like we are not just like maintain the system for like 1 hour to like upgrade to a new system. We have a proposal to for migrating and deliver the new feature at the same time. So like new delay, and because of that we have solved the risk management and migrate time. Furthermore, like business, we have to look at the debt market as I talked before, like because there are a lot of people in Ruby knows Rails rather than enemy, so there is like bet for the community. And after like we have discussed between everyone, and we decide to here's how we do it. So this kind of we like just imagine we have own code enemy, and we have a honorable own code Rails. So we just mount the Rails inside, mount the enemy inside Rails. So this means that we create a new project Rails and we start enemy inside. So basically it just run the same and like loading on the enemy inside Rails, and it works and it run perfectly. So in like enemy specific, we have the controller. So the controller is loading from enemy instead of Rails. So we have controller, but controller is inside the enemy and run from the Rails. Same as like we have model in Rails, but in enemy we have entity report can still loading inside. Same with service. And for data migration, so during the development we have a change of data migration and form into a schema, right? So we just dump a schema into one file and put it into the Rails, and this works. As you can see, like here's the application from Rails. So we just like ego load the enemy files, and it's work perfect. But like in the root file, we just mount enemy.app. So like in an enemy, like in a Rails, they have object called Rails, and whenever the restaurant is called like Rails.run. Same with enemy, they have enemy.app, so we just mount enemy.app. Like so the drawback of this approach is the infrastructure of the system will increase. For example, like from 1 gig RAM is increased to 1.5 gig RAM, something like that. But the advantage is like very good. It can help us like so here is the this is the first step, just mount enemy inside Rails, and then the second step is migrate the enemy components to Rails components. So like we need to draw a dependency tree. So we have two sources of running the code, which is like from an app, just from controller or scheduled job. So these are two two components on the top. The controller will call the repo A, repo B, or repo C, etc. And the repo will call down to an entity. And same as schedule jobs will run the service repo entity. And we have another component is called a library. So what we do is we mount every enemy into the inside the rail. So we migrate the library first, because library does not have any dependency to the app logic. Library is just set up the data log of just migrate mount the handling outside first, and then we continue to migrate the entity and just move out, change the entity repository component into the active shop model. And then we continue to migrate the controller outside. So we can do that because it's really great that the handling service can call to the Rails service, and opposite, handling and entity repository can call to the Rails model and opposite. So we just one by one migrate the part handling into Rails until there's no components from handling, and we completely migrate into Rails. So during that time, we can continue to develop new features, just new features. So we can choose write in Rails, and we can maintain the process of new feature perfectly. So this whole process will last 4 months. Yeah, and we completely after that we can remove the handling completely. Yeah, and that is my story. Thank you. Do you have any question?
I have one question about adoption. You mentioned about the test.
Unit test, right?
Yeah.
Or
from the old code base, do you have unit test, or when migrating to new code base, do you have?
Yeah. So lucky that both frameworks are using Ospec, and Ospec just work because for example the service. So we migrated the service from handling to Rails, and if we just consider it, okay, the service have input and the output, and we migrate the service, then the Ospec still work, because Ospec is just a gem that expect the service to return to accept this and outcome this. So the Ospec will run on both handling and Rails. So in the migrating Ospec, we will keep make sure the service run as expected.
Yeah, because when migrate the test is very important when you try to refactor or migrate something, right? Without the test, how you can make sure that your migration is successful or not, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Lucky that the unit test still work. Okay.
Lucky, no, I don't think so. The test is already written by someone else. It's not lucky.
Actually, the aspect can be independent with Rails, so
Yes.
it runs independent.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a question. Who take the decision?
It's the team leader.
Team leader.
So the problem, the issue just escalate from this try person is come to 1.6 and we still on 0.8. So if the system still work, then it's okay, right? But until we need some feature on the new version, yeah, and we have to do the workaround until we cannot do a workaround anymore, and it escalate from the dry gem into another gem. So we cannot wait anymore, so we have to do something. Wow.
So you know the reason why Hana needed to switch from the unit tech to MPC type, like that? You know reason?
Reason?
The Hana two,
Two.
they decide on the not use the unit tech anymore, right? They use the MPC.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. Like, because we have completely migrated before Hanami 2 release.
Yeah. About the mindset of the new developers, so your developers still work with the entity repository anymore, or use the model only in the
Completely
future?
migrate to the model.
But actually, the folder and the structure to keep entity reports.
Yes. Yes. Like
And
in
our code is
the
still
rim,
there.
yeah.
Our code is still there, and you
No,
generate
like
the model.
for example, the method in entities can easily migrate to model, right? But the method in repository we can change to scope in Rails.
It's scope.
Yeah. In scope.
Like a new developer in your team, so if you want to create a model,
Yeah.
but it's different with the old code base, right?
Yeah.
The model, set the model like a new, like a railway, not the entity repository.
Yeah. So actually, with the new framework, we have to change the mindset, like not using the old mindset from anime anymore. So we have to change the mindset, like not only the microchain but also refactor into the Rails mindset.
Yes, old code base is still there, and general model.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, okay. And,
And a question, there are not regards what do you mean mounting Hanami inside Rail? Do you mean that you start a new project Rail, copy the source code, you also code inside the project?
Yes, like this is the first step, like the framework, and migrate from enemy framework to Rails framework is like mounting the enemy inside Rails. So it look like the guy on the outside is the Rails, but running inside is the enemy. But they still work perfectly, and like we have to slowly migrate the guy inside from enemy to Rails.
So does it mean that you have two projects, two
One repo, yeah.
and then you have all Hanami source code inside.
Yep, yes, correct.
That's magic, Corey. Can
Yeah.
you clarify a bit about when you migrate to Rails, the Discord from 1 gigram to 1.5 gigram? Is it the code of Rails?
It's the core of Rails. So like we have the initial result from Rails and the initial result from enemy. So because they run at the same time, so it's obviously have to increase the ratio.
Okay.
Well,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So with this strategy, so you have the benefit that you don't have to rewrite. So what is the trade-off?
The trade-off? Yeah, first trade-off is we have to prioritize the ratio of the team to migrate first. So like we have to beside of the migrating, we have also have to develop the new feature. So instead of spend 100% of the capacity to develop new feature, we have to like balance between the two. And second is this method of migrating is not maybe it's based somewhere, but not official way. So maybe there is some unseen risk that we cannot.
Do you have any issue with performance or like debugging because it's more complex?
It's only issue in the performance. Yeah, so like we have to prioritize the marathon as fast as possible to.
Why we have issue in performance, like it's still rare or Ruby code, right?
Yeah, it's performance is like instead of normally scheduled job will run from 1 hour, it be like 1 hour and like some 20 minutes. Yeah, we have to accept the trade-off like that.
Thank you.
Can you touch a bit more about the, can you go back to the last slide?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a bit confusing about the data migration part. I mean, just,
Oh, yes.
let me follow my question. Okay, as far as I understand, the database, you still using the same database, right?
Yep, to use one database.
So the data and the schema should probably stay like the same, right?
That's the trick. So in a Hainanese or else they have a table called data scheme that only store the version. So for the version like if I declare the data migration like that, so let's say the Rails schema, the table Rails schema will store one column, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 to n, and it's the first dynamic, sorry, and then the new Rails they create another table called Rails schema, and at first we start the project. This table will be new, like because Rails schema and Hainanese schema are different table, different name. Yeah, so with Hainanese schema they have full enough version, but Rails schema only like empty. So we create a dummy data migration with like empty content. So it just insert about it just insert the version into that Rails schema, and we fill back again. So then it does not have any conflict. It's like if we also ensure in development, we run in Rails, right? And this Rails have one version that contain all the current data schema, and it create on the needed table.
So like every other table stays the same except for like 2 table holding schema?
Yep. So like after we completely migrate, we can safely delete the Hainanese schema table.
Why you not skip the schema for the rail? So
Not
skip and take the database for the development team manage. This is that an easy way.
Yeah, that's another option.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
Can you shed more light about like the decision between like choosing between Hainanese and
Rails?
Rails? Because I'm not familiar with both frameworks. As I understand, Rails could be like more fully featured, hence like more bloat, something like that, right? So if there's any other reason to migrate from Hainanese to Rails, like technological wise, other than like the reason you mentioned initially, like the update and dependency?
Yeah, so okay, I am not sure I have full capacity to answer your question, but from like my view, the first reason why we choose Hainanese is at the time we still a startup, and we want to try something new. Yeah, something new. So Rails, everyone knows Rails, but hey, it's Hainanese and it's faster, like less memory consumer, faster response time, freely. So every suitable with stuff. So Hainanese, and then during the time beside the dependency, like technical wise, I think that. Because if we need something, we already have Gem and like Ruby framework can do anything. So yeah, I think a small operation is about the dependency and most of the things.
That's what I think the design of Hanami to the scalable for microscopic, because they decide to include the preliminary text inside the structure. I think maybe they think can run many application one by one code by, but actually the RAM is monolithic application, one application for one application. It's different. I said.
So is there any other questions? Okay.
So the rail application that you might
Yeah.
can share about technical stuff in the new application, like what version of rail or where you deploy or can do or implement. Um, just an overview of technical stuff.
Uh, yes, the part I completely forget it. Like from Hanemi, like it's migrate from Hanemi 1 and it's like come to Rail 6 and last year is Rail 6 and like the detail is forget it.
Do you have a source of typical?
Typical?
Typical is like or endpoint ones, but one barrier, something like that. Different.
The only problem I occur with Artichoke is I have to adapt with the new message, like because as you can see here, like after I mail Hanmi inside Rails, I can use both atypical and entity repository Hanmi. So like I can call user repository dot file something, or user like from Rails here user dot file something. So like everything is work perfect. And like the only thing I struggle is I have to adapt to like scope and has many has one.
As I understand, when entity repository, like in the repos, you have to include many model inside before they start, right?
Mm.
And the model is just one table, one.
So I think it's,
I think the entity repository is maybe require a lot of data.
It's not like that. Like in the repository, repository also a table, but the method is for the table. For example, it's method file or method searching something. But for the entity, it's like one entity in a row. Like for example, repository user, and we have method file active user or file high capacity user or something like that. File on the high capacity user. But after file, we return one record, right? And one record is have the method of the entity. So like it's like a little struggle when applied to the model. So model like method of the model is like the method of one single entity. But if we want to have a method in the whole table, we have to use the scope.
So, you have to rewrite the scope.
Yeah.
Like how you say which hat money belongs to the model, which entity.
So sorry, because the presentation is limitation. If you have more questions, we can enjoy over there. Yeah, so yeah. And any other question? You can ask him at the pizza. Okay.
So why did you ask?
Okay, and yeah, thank you very much because I know our time is limited and we try to keep the presentation in limited time. And yeah, a lot of stuff is coming good and the quiz game as well. So thank you.
Food?
Yeah, you can. Sorry. This way.
Rồi.
chụp hình rồi. Ngồi trong lỗ hắt.
We are playing quiz game, and yeah, let me start playing host. We go down to the khost.it and enter the game pin or scan the barcode. Anyone don't có ai chưa có wifi không? Anyone doesn't have the wifi yet?
Yeah. Here's a Wi-Fi code. Okay. Did anyone get in trouble on connecting?
Please enjoy the game. It's not about right or wrong, but I hope through the quiz we can learn something new. Okay.
This is a fan bullshit. Okay, I give you one question, so that's from the host. Yeah. Enjoy at kahoot.it and just screen the QR code over there.
Come on, guys. Already 5 people.
Đấy thôi. Thời gian đấy. Thời gian mốt rồi.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Is everyone ready? This is a family like friendly event, so don't worry. Only me gonna shame you, so the rest is gonna be fine. Alright. Looks like we have 11 contenders here. Okay. Z is a good name. Okay.
Wait 1 minute. Let me check.
Wanna play too?
Oh, what? No, no. Okay. Anonymous.
Okay. There's anyone else want to join? Okay. Not. Yes. The Hunger Game begin. Okay. Okay, the first one. What is the following output of the following code? Okay. Range to 200, triple equal minus 200. Okay. Look short but very deceiving. Oh, first one trips up quite a lot of people. Okay, okay. Start off pretty strong. Okay. Well, the explanation is, I think most of you trip up because you kind of knew, like from JavaScript, have a notion of like triple equals mean structure equality. But in Ruby, it actually does like something completely different, and I don't know why they choose that operator like in the first place. But in a sense, in a nutshell, is trying to check if the right hand operand is a member of a set that represented by the left hand. This is not a strict specification, but it's more like a semantic. So let's say the first example, range. You can think of range if you supply a class. You can think a class of is a collection of all the instance of that class. So if you check triple equal, yeah, this is the instant of range. So this is true. It's analogous to instant of, like something like that. So all this will be true. So for range, I have a range from 1 to 4. You could think of it as a collection of all the numbers ranging from 1 to 4, like inclusively. So 3 definitely like fall into that range, right? So that's why I have 6 here, like not belong to that as well here. So back to our original question. Yeah, this is true because 200 fall into this range. Okay. This one's pretty tricky, right?
Wait, but it's minus 200.
Yeah, it kind of goes from the minus infinity, like anything like beyond, I can go past 200 is, yeah, that's semantic. Okay, everybody ready for the next one? Okay, KL, whoever you are, you're doing a pretty great job. Okay, which one is not the Ruby method? To date, to time, in time zone, to date time. Yeah, I have to admit that I didn't know this one either. There's some method that look oddly like stand down, so it's a hint. Okay. It's still divisive. Okay. Well, to date, to time, and to date time is provided by Ruby, and in time zone is provided by Rails. The active support module specifically, it converts the time or daytime instant into a instant with a specified time zone. Like you want to convert it to Bangkok time zone or something. Right? Yeah. Ooh. That's dangerous. Okay. DP is on string.
Yeah.
What is the correct return of this match? True, false, something, something, and then match data. I like yellow, so I would go with yellow. No? Okay. Ooh! Can I know the guy got it right? Like, you? No? Okay. Pretty good stuff. Okay, so the explanation is the string match method will return an instant of matched data. So the result is an instant of matched data. And the instant of matched data you can use to access sort of like an array with indices like this to access a capture group. So the capture group is turned in a regular expression. So I walk you through the brief explanation about the regex. Okay, so we have the first capture group is /d plus. /d is matching all the digits, like 0 to 9. Plus is quantifier, I mean matching this one or more. So plus d is matching one more digit. And then you have dot, asterisk. Dot is match like anything. And then asterisk is like plus, but it's match 0 as well. So yeah, that's it. So return. So D is our answer. Okay, let's say this one. Okay, let's see if DP is still on the lid. What? Nothing changed? Okay. Fourth one. What's the output of the following code? Okay. I'm not responsible for this. This guy, if you want somebody to blame. Okay. So for this one, the hint is, I guess, it didn't have the trailing question mark. So you can probably guess that it's not Boolean, right? But yeah, at least from the convention and stuff. So it leaves us with 0 and -1. That's still confusing. Case com stands for case insensitive comparison. So it's compare two string. First, because it's case insensitive, so first it will do down case for both string and compare two. So it'll return -1 if other string is smaller, 0 if equal, then 1 if other string is bigger. And finally, it returns nil if two string cannot be compared, like you supply an integer instead, something like that. So for our question, it's -1. Okay. Yeah, if you want a version to return Boolean, you have case com with question mark. Shit, I do that again.
What a quiz.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's going hot.
Thank brother.
What is the output of this code? Okay, nimble, sharp 3 word. It's not full to say. Is it nimble 51, nimble 50, 52. Okay, a lot of you got this right. I thought this one would trip up a lot, but apparently it's not. Okay, so first thing is, we're gonna return the code point for the first character of the string. So 3 or return 51, and then the shop operator, it depends on the right operand. The shop operator will behave differently. Let's say if it's a string like this example, it's doing concatenation, so it acts like string concatenation. And if it's a number, then it's assumed that it's a code point and then do a convert. So it convert it from code point to a character and then do concat. Okay, let's see the result. Ooh. Okay, you gotta keep up, Zan.
given each query takes 300 milliseconds, what is the approximate total time taken to fetch the data for the index action? Okay, so I have two queries here. Each will take approximately 300 milliseconds. Okay, what is the approximate total time? Is it 300, 450, 150, or 600? Okay, everybody looks pretty confident about this. Does anyone want to give an explanation? Okay, if not, then this method is introduced in Rails 7, load async. Load async is another can of worms. It's kind of complicated, but in a nutshell, it'll defer the query to a separate thread. So it's kind of instead of having one thread performing two queries sequentially, now you have two threads or potentially three threads. So two threads performing each one query concurrently. So yeah, that's the idea. The difference between load async and the normal mode is load async will eagerly perform the query. You might know from Rails that query is lazily evaluated a query. So load async, the main difference is it will perform the query right away. The second thing is this is you shouldn't overuse or abuse load async in every scenario because it can be taxing on your resource your database, especially on database like Postgres. You have a pretty high cost for connection, so you don't want to over spawn thread and bombard your database. Okay. There's my mouse. Pretty close, right? Ooh, 1 point away. Okay. So what is default debugger in Rails 7? Is it no default debugger? Or is it binding, try? Is it bybug? Or is it debug? Remember, we're asking about Rails 7, okay? Ooh. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, Rails 7 replaced its default debugger from bybug, which is going for, close to 10 years now, to debug, which is a new gem. And debug is planning to be a standard library for debugger. I think it started 2 years ago. It's a pretty young project, but the author it's pretty ambitious. Okay. That again. Ooh, we have a black horse. In Rails, how would you cache a partial template that render? What are your guess, Mark? Want to give guess? Okay.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Nice.
I guess A looks nicer in terms of the interface, right? Okay. So you can instruct Rails to cache the render result of the partials, and these cache results will then be reused in subsequent requests to speed up the response time. So in the above example, Like in this example, Rails we use all the item, the product in the collection to construct the cache key as the identity of the cache item. So it will then use that to look up on subsequent requests.
Wait, so it caches forever?
I think they have the invalidation policy, but I think they have some sort of eviction policy. I think you can specify like a cap, like a maximum cache size, and the eviction policy is by default is RELU, least recently used. Fuck. Okay. RELU, I think. Okay. We're pretty close, PMO. This is the last. No? Okay, just two more questions. Which month and year will you be on Rails first release? Okay. Rails is pretty close to its 20th birthday, so it does help. Okay. See, there's a lot of guesses, sliding guesses. Okay. Really? Am I?
Yeah.
Really?
You said it's pretty close to the next birthday. The one is past, the other one's after.
Oh, I said it close to 20th birthday.
Yes, next birthday.
It can be September, right?
No. 2005 is next year. It's later than 2004.
That's smart. I give it to you. Okay, I don't think there's anything to explain about it. It's just a fact. You can Google it. Okay, these pretty far from the rest of the herd. What does the dupe method do to the original author object? Does it copy the attribute and associate both? Does it copy attribute but not the associated? Does it create a shallow copy? Or is it create a blind attribute and then excluding associate both? Okay. Well, the short version is the dump method copy the object instant, and by default we just create a shallow copy of the object. So if you have nested object, it will leave that out. So therefore all association will be erased. And Rails override this method for some like interesting features. For example, when dump perform on an active record instant, it'll erase the ID and also the timestamp like created at, updated at. So this becomes handy if you want to say you have a instant and you want to create another like record like similar to it but differ in some field. You can first fetch the record, you dupe it, you make your edit, and you just save the instant. Yeah. So you slightly change the record and create a new one. So okay, that's it. Okay. Moment of truth. Drum roll, please. Okay. Congratulations.
Final question.
Oh, Z. Can I see your hand, please? Oh, you like. Congratulations.
I told you.
You have won a slot to play ping pong with me.
Oh no.
Oh,
No, not yet.
okay.
Thank you for the quiz, and let me have a quick closing. Okay. And yeah, we come to the end of the Ruby meetup number 10. And please join our Slack channel for new journal. We will share the material, or you can ask for the material in the channel. Also, yeah, maybe next week we will create new event. Ruby meetup number 11. So we attend. That's it. And thank you for the sponsor. Yeah, and if you would like to join you can go to this Ruby, Golang, JavaScript, Kotlin, yeah, and a lot of that stuff. Yeah, and other sponsor interaction. They also have a lot of that stuff and recruiting. Yes, we need as a meetup, we need a speaker to sustain our meetup. So feel free to do the registration. It's not kind of an expert talk or something like landing talk or sharing some tips about your daily work. I think that's okay too. And yeah, we volunteer. Like we used to be a volunteer for Ruby Meetup. Thank you very much for coming back. Yeah, see you next month for October 20. And again today, please scan this barcode and give us the feedback. Like you don't like pizza, or you want another food, or you want some drink, or yeah, feel free. You want to make a talk shorter, or yeah, any idea is appreciated. Yeah, because we would like to build a better community together, not from limbo or passion. So your feedback is valuable to us. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can scan the barcode and submit tomorrow or the next day, the day after tomorrow. That's fine as well. But yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.